When a man who has held back for eons finally stops holding back, the entire cosmos is forced to take notice. Today, the Divine Eye Clan learns what happens when you push humanity's top powerhouse into a corner. Last time, the battle inside the deep abyss reached a boiling point as the Divine Eye Clan tried to exert their dominance over the human race, completely unaware of what was coming. Alright, let me break down how this entire encounter turned upside down. Standing amidst the shattered void of Universe Ocean, Huge Axe Creator grips his newly acquired Supreme True Treasure Axe, his aura surging like a collapsing star. For countless epochs, he has walked a tightrope. Without a top-tier weapon to anchor his immense strength, he intentionally kept a low profile, treading carefully across the dangerous waters of Universe Ocean. He knew that if he drew too much target on his back, enemy factions would rally to wipe out humanity before they could truly flourish. Teacher Origin had sacrificed his own freedom, accepting eternal suppression by the primal universe laws, just to leave humanity a fighting chance. Huge Axe was entrusted with protecting that legacy, and seeing the third and sixth true masters of the Divine Eye Clan openly plotting the total extermination of his race wasn't just a threat, it was a trigger that shattered his restraint once and for all. His voice thunders through the vast darkness, carrying a rage that seems to physicalize into literal blades of light, carving across the sky. He reminds them of the old days, back when Teacher Origin walked free, and the arrogant Divine Eye Clan wouldn't dare utter a single whisper of disrespect. But now, they think humanity is easy prey. With a single, sky-shattering roar, Huge Axe raises his godly axe and unleashes his newest, most devastating creation, the 15th. The reaction from the Divine Eye Clan is instantaneous panic. Third True Master and Sixth True Master don't even bother attempting a counterattack. The moment they feel the shift in energy, every instinct screams at them to turn and run for their lives. But escape is already off the table. As Huge Axe swings, a colossal wave of pitch-black void consumes the surroundings. Within that pitch darkness, a blinding, gigantic axe shadow manifests, perfectly fusing with his physical weapon. It glides through space without making a sound, slicing directly toward the two fleeing true gods. The sheer atmospheric pressure of the move scatters surrounding star clusters like dust. Sixth True Master frantically tries to deploy his domain-type Supreme True Treasure, attempting to throw a sea of celestial bodies in Huge Axe's path to buy time. But Third True Master screams in terror, telling him it's completely useless. Third True Master knows the brutal reality. Huge Axe's 15th technique is powerful enough to shatter the eternal True God formation. A combined ultimate attack powered by 3 separate Supreme True Treasures. A solo domain-type Supreme True Treasure cannot even slow Huge Axe down. The domain's stars are instantly smashed into meteors and obliterated as Huge Axe's axe shadow sweeps through them. And then comes the chase. In Universe Ocean, speed usually has its limits, but Huge Axe's flying axe accelerates at a terrifying rate. It snaps from 1,000 times the speed of light to 10,000 times the speed of light in a fraction of a second. The shadow encircling the flying axe acts like a cosmic lawnmower, vaporizing space debris and energy currents alike. Seeing Huge Axe closing in at over 10,000 times light speed, the two true masters try to take shelter inside a pinnacle true treasure palace. But that only makes Huge Axe react faster. As he catches up, Huge Axe reaches out with his right hand, expanding his palm until it stretches across a staggering 1 million kilometers. Every single finger on his massive hand is encircled by miniature axe-head shadows, blanketing the area in absolute darkness. Hiding inside a palace against someone of this caliber is a death trap. Third True Master realizes that if Huge Axe catches the palace, he won't even need to break it. He can simply drop the entire structure into a suppression-type palace and lock them away forever. Realizing passivity means defeat, Third True Master orders Sixth True Master to abandon his individual position and hide inside his personal palace while they split their movements. Sixth True Master, known as Blue Eye, is simply outmatched and has no choice but to comply, vanishing into Third True Master's vessel. Now bathed in a harsh purple glow and wearing his full set of purple armor, Third True Master stands alone in the void, shouting in frustration. He demands to know why Huge Axe is hunting them so relentlessly when they have already conceded and tried to withdraw. Huge Axe doesn't waste breath on speeches. He lays down a cold, non-negotiable ultimatum. Hand over 3 pinnacle superior true treasures immediately. and all blood debts between the Divine Eye clan and the human race will be set aside for now. If they refuse, Huge Axe promises to use their bodies as living punching bags to refine and hone his 15th Axe move to perfection. And this is where the power dynamic completely shifts. Third True Master's face turns deathly pale behind his armor. He stands silent in the void for a long moment, weighing his options. He knows that if he fights, he might survive, but Sixth True Master will almost certainly be slaughtered, and the damage to their race will be catastrophic. Swallowing his immense pride, Third True Master agrees to the terms. He surrenders 3 high-tier true treasures on the spot, 1 pinnacle domain type, 1 pinnacle palace type, and 1 pinnacle soul illusion type. 3 streams of light shoot toward Huge Axe, who catches them with open arms, quickly verifies their authenticity, and stows them away. Without saying another word, Third True Master transforms into a streak of purple light and flees at maximum speed, desperate to put as much distance between himself and Huge Axe as possible. Watching this unfold from a distance are 2 powerful observers, the child-voiced brilliant gold devil god, and inside the Cyan Stone Peak, sitting mountain guest alongside Luo Feng. Both are completely stunned. The Divine Eye clan is infamous across Universe Ocean for their tyrannical dominance, yet Huge Axe just forced 2 of their highest-ranking true gods to bow, surrender treasures, and run away like defeated dogs. Brilliant Gold Devil God breaks the silence, sending his crisp, childlike voice echoing across the void to congratulate Huge Axe. He marvels at how humanity from the primal universe keeps producing monstrous powerhouses, first Teacher Origin, and now Huge Axe with a supreme true treasure in hand. Huge Axe casually asks Brilliant Gold Devil God to keep quiet about what happened here. Brilliant Gold Devil God laughs, agreeing easily. He notes that the Divine Eye clan certainly won't go around telling anyone they were humiliated and extorted, meaning other arrogant factions will likely walk straight into Huge Axe's trap in the near future. Huge Axe then turns toward the Cyan Stone Peak, asking Sitting Mountain Guest to keep the secret as well. Sitting Mountain Guest gives his word, and with that settled, Huge Axe transforms into a gigantic phantom axe, tearing through the sky and vanishing into the deep reaches of space. With the battle over, Brilliant Gold Devil God takes his leave, and Sitting Mountain Guest maneuvers his Cyan Stone Peak toward the exit of the deep abyss. Inside the Flying Stone Peak, Luo Feng is practically buzzing with adrenaline. The sheer scale of the clash he just witnessed has completely recalibrated his understanding of top-tier combat. Pouring a cup of wine for Sitting Mountain Guest, Luo Feng can't hold back his curiosity. He asks his master if Huge Axe is truly strong enough to outright kill other true gods in Universe Ocean. Sitting Mountain Guest takes a sip of wine and chuckles. He tells Luo Feng that back in the day, Teacher Origin dominated the entire Universe Ocean across all 3 reincarnation eras and 2 Holy Land universes. Whenever other true gods saw Teacher Origin coming from afar, they didn't even hesitate. They fled immediately. If Teacher Origin only had a slight edge, those proud supreme beings would never have acted so terrified. While Huge Axe's current combat strength is still slightly below Teacher Origin at his absolute prime, he is dangerously close. Luo Feng presses further, asking why Huge Axe didn't just finish off Third True Master right then and there. Except, there was a structural reason for how it played out. Sitting Mountain Guest explains that killing Third True Master is nearly impossible under normal circumstances. Third True Master carries 2 supreme true treasures with him at all times, and ranks second in raw strength among all 7 true masters of the Divine Eye clan. Huge Axe can suppress him and beat him black and blue, but executing him outright would take an absurd amount of time and energy. Sixth True Master, on the other hand, only possesses a soul-type supreme true treasure, and lacks top-tier physical defense. If Huge Axe isolated Sixth True Master, he could definitely kill him. So why did Third True Master bow his head and hand over ransom so easily? Sitting Mountain Guest smiles and breaks down the psychology of top-tier powerhouses. Huge Axe created his 15th Axe technique in isolation, without having any high-level peers to test it against. Yet even without real battle testing, the move was already terrifying. Now that Huge Axe has entered actual life-and-death combat against other true gods, his technique will sharpen at an insane rate. If Huge Axe steps up just one more level, he will essentially become a second Teacher Origin. Third True Master yielded early because he realized that fighting Huge Axe right now would only serve as a whetstone to polish Huge Axe's strength, making him even more deadly down the line. Luo Feng then asks why Huge Axe settled for just 3 pinnacle true treasures, considering that level of loot is a drop in the bucket for a group as massive as the Divine Eye clan. Sitting Mountain Guest shakes his head and explains the geopolitical nightmare of Universe Ocean. The Divine Eye Clan is an ancient faction from the first reincarnation era, with overall strength comparable to the two Holy Land universes. Their first true master once fought Teacher Origin himself and survived every single attack thrown at him. If all 7 true masters of the Divine Eye Clan were to rally together, their combined power would be downright apocalyptic. Furthermore, the Divine Eye Clan is approaching the end of their third reincarnation era. They are facing cosmic extinction, meaning they are frantic, desperate, and extremely dangerous. If Huge Axe pushed them into a corner and declared total war, the Divine Eye Clan would hunt down every human universe master in Universe Ocean. Humanity's other universe masters are nowhere near strong enough to handle that kind of pressure, and if they were forced to hide inside the primal universe out of fear, humanity would lose all access to Universe Ocean's resources, halting the birth of any future true gods. By demanding 3 pinnacle true treasures, Huge Axe humiliated the Divine Eye Clan enough to establish dominant deterrence while giving them an out, avoiding an all-out war that would cripple humanity's future growth. Hearing this, Feng gains a whole new respect for the political calculations behind high-level clashes. Power isn't just about swinging an axe, it's about knowing exactly how far you can push your enemies without forcing them to tear down the entire board. As the Cyan Stone Peak makes its way out of the deep abyss, Feng looks out at the terrifying gravitational currents surrounding them. The black hole gravity inside the deep abyss is so intense that it actually surpasses the raw, destructive output of Huge Axe's attacks. To leave this place, you can't simply fly straight up. Even a true god would be dragged back down and crushed if they tried to brute force their way out. Sitting Mountain Guest guides the vessel in a complex circular spiral. The Cyan Stone Peak acts like a sailboat maneuvering against violent reverse currents, using a fraction of the gravitational pull to sling itself forward while resisting the rest. It is an incredibly delicate process that Sitting Mountain Guest estimates will take nearly 3 months just to reach the outer edge. Since they have time to kill during the journey, Sitting Mountain Guest takes Feng's damaged Crazy Demon Extermination godly armor to restore it. Feng sits alone at the peak of the mountain vessel, taking in the quiet space as his mind processes everything he has seen. Looking back at the fight, he feels a sudden, heavy sense of distance. In the primal universe, true gods are heavily suppressed by the universe's origin laws. Their maximum strength is capped, their ability to unleash godly power is restricted to the level of a perfect gene universe master, and if they kill a universe master, the universe laws punish them severely by damaging their godly body. That's why universe masters in the primal universe don't fear true gods all that much. But in Universe Ocean, those restrictions vanish. Out here, there is no upper limit on how much power a true god can unleash through secret techniques and true treasures. There are no cosmic punishments for killing. The raw disparity in strength between a universe master and a true god is fully exposed in Universe Ocean, and Feng realizes just how far he still has to climb. While he is lost in thought, Sitting Mountain Guest suddenly reappears, tossing a restored black suit of armor toward him. Feng catches it in disbelief. Less than 2 days have passed. He looks at his master, shocked that a supreme-grade restoration could be completed so ridiculously fast. Sitting Mountain Guest casually waves it off, telling him that fixing simple structural damage on a true treasure takes virtually no effort for someone at his level. Noticing Feng's solemn expression, Sitting Mountain Guest asks what's bothering him. Feng admits he was contemplating the nature of the primal universe origin, the true gods, and where he fits into the cosmic hierarchy. Sitting Mountain Guest falls silent for a moment, his eyes filling with a complex, ancient emotion. He explains that as long as a cultivator has not reached the true god level, they are considered a child of the primal universe, protected and nurtured by its laws. But the moment someone steps into the true god realm, their internal universe detaches from the primal universe to exist independently in Universe Ocean. At that exact moment, the primal universe stops treating them as a child and starts treating them as a potential threat, a public enemy to be suppressed and monitored through eternal cycles of birth, peak, and destruction. He hints that back in the day, Teacher Origin tried to break this fundamental cycle, attempting something so outrageous against the primal universe origin that it resulted in his permanent suppression. Feng tries to press for more details about what Teacher Origin actually did, but Sitting Mountain Guest cuts him off with a smile. He tells Feng not to obsess over things so far beyond his current level. Instead, he needs to focus on his own path. Sitting Mountain Guest reminds him that once Feng becomes a universe master and fully masters Star Tower, he won't need to fear the gap between himself and true gods at all. So Lu Feng hesitates, admitting that even if he reaches the universe master level, his self-created secret techniques will still be miles behind those of a true god. And this is where Sitting Mountain Guest drops a vital piece of lore regarding how strength is measured in Universe Ocean. He corrects Luo Feng, explaining that supreme true treasures exist precisely to bridge that technical gap. A cultivator doesn't always need to create a high-level secret technique from scratch if their weapon already has those advanced laws engraved into its very structure. He breaks down Star Tower's activation levels as an example. Unlocking the first form gives baseline combat power. Unlocking the second form allows a user to unleash an attack equivalent to the ultimate secret technique of a top-tier universe master. Unlocking the third form scales the user's attack power directly to the level of a true god. And activating the fourth form unleashes secret engravings that only the absolute strongest beings among all true gods in existence could ever hope to create. Sitting Mountain Guest then lays out the universal ranking system used across Universe Ocean to categorize universe masters into 6 distinct tiers. Tier 1 consists of beginner universe masters whose life genes are only multiplied by a few hundred times. They lack the foundation to create ultimate secret techniques. Tier 2 consists of ordinary universe masters with life genes in the 1000x range, capable of creating basic ultimate secret techniques. Tier 3 and Tier 4 represent mid to high-level universe masters who have refined their secret techniques and gene levels significantly. Tier 5 represents the peak of what a universe master can achieve through personal cultivation alone. Elite powerhouses like Primal Chaos City Leader, Star River Master, and the Late 5 Chaos Master. And then there is Tier 6. A Tier 6 universe master is someone at the peak level who also possesses a supreme true treasure. Because the secret engravings on a supreme true treasure allow a user to execute true god-level attacks, a Tier 6 universe master can directly match or even suppress a true god who lacks a supreme true treasure of their own. Sitting Mountain Guest even reveals his suspicion that Huge Axe's 15th technique wasn't created purely out of thin air. Huge Axe likely comprehended the core concept by analyzing the intricate secret engravings etched into his new supreme true treasure axe. He further explains that 5 Chaos Master's signature move, the 5 Beasts' Great Extermination, was actually just a simplified adaptation derived from the third-level secret engravings on the Crazy Demon Extermination godly armor. High-level cultivators constantly analyze the natural secret engravings on top-grade treasures to build their own secret techniques. Over the remaining 3 months of the flight out of the deep abyss, Luo Feng takes his master's advice to heart. He dives headfirst into studying the secret engravings on Star Tower, the Crazy Demon Extermination godly armor, and his Shi Wu wings. At the same time, his godly body avatar inside his hidden space works non-stop, deciphering the 6 secret engraving diagrams left by Sitting Mountain Guest, alongside ancient secret texts. Supported by his immense comprehension speed, Luo Feng makes rapid breakthroughs. He fully mastered the defense-type engravings on the Crazy Demon armor, completely deciphers 2 levels of the Golden Right Arm's offensive engravings, and begins cracking the 3rd level. By the time the Cyan Stone Peak finally breaks free from the deep abyss's gravitational pull, Luo Feng's grasp of secret engraving diagrams has officially reached the threshold of a universe master. Reaching the edge of the Frozen Lake Fire region, Sitting Mountain Guest prepares to part ways with his disciple. He warns Luo Feng to be careful and avoid getting trapped in dangerous situations again. Luo Feng bows in deep gratitude as the Cyan Stone Peak turns and vanishes into the distance. Luo Feng then boards Star Tower, using the Blood Cloud Pearl to disguise it as a Crimson Palace, and shoots off in the opposite direction. Word of the battle inside the abyss never spreads to the wider Universe Ocean. The Divine Eye clan naturally keeps their humiliating defeat a strict secret, meaning no one knows that Huge Axe has reached such a terrifying level of power, nor do they know who ended up with 5 Chaos Masters' extermination armor or the Silver Wings. 300 years pass in the blink of an eye. Luo Feng spends these 3 centuries navigating through one hazardous region of the universe boat after another, steadily making his way toward his ultimate destination, the space of the black-striped stone pillars. He intends to use the extreme mental pressure there to grind his willpower to absolute perfection, while also investigating the mysterious ancient black token he looted from 5 Chaos Master. Meanwhile, far away in the Divine Eye clan's first miniature universe, 5 Chaos Master's avatar sits quietly inside his floating palace, gazing out over the land. A streak of light descends as An Yong Master's avatar arrives, looking hurried and intense. The two have grown much closer over the centuries, bound by their shared, burning hatred for the human brat who ruined them. An Yong Master looks at Five Chaos Master with gleaming eyes and announces that he has just received brand new intelligence regarding Luo Feng's location. Where does Lu Feng go from here, and what trap is the Divine Eye Clan setting for him at the Stone Pillars? That's the question for next episode. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, tell me what you think in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Thanks for watching to the end.